If you have ever typed, write in my voice, keep it short, no emojis to Claude or ChatGPT over and over again for the 100th time, this video fixes that permanently. Welcome to the Skills Classroom. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you the single most useful idea in all of AI for small business owners. It's called a skill. And this is what truly makes Claude go from ChatGPT chat and into the Claude era. It's the skills. That is the concept that Claude brought to us late 2025 that revolutionized why everybody got excited about Claude and started moving away from ChatGPT. Here's the definition of a skill. A skill is a job description that your AI reads every single time it does a task for you. And of course, it depends on the task. A particular task is a particular skill. Just like an employee can have multiple skills, your AI will have multiple skills as long as either you create them or you import them from Claude already or from an external source. Now think about the difference between asking a stranger for a favor and hiring an employee. When you ask a stranger, you explain everything from scratch. That is basically talking to AI because guess what? AI, as we already saw, has no memory. So AI has no idea how you want things done unless you tell it. So it needs to know who you are, what you want, how you like it done. The how you like it done is the key here. So there's millions of ways to skin a cat with AI, but the one way that you want to do it is what a skill is. So every single time when you hire an employee, you train them once. After that, you just say, run the month-end close, send me that report, and they know exactly what that means in your business. So prompt is asking a stranger for a favor. A skill is hiring and training an employee. You write the training once and your AI follows it in every conversation forever, as long as it's within that context. In the marketing context, I want the marketing skill. In the onboarding a client context, I want the onboarding skill. In a monthly strategy session, I want the board of advisors skill. And here's the part that's going to surprise you. A skill is nothing fancy. It's not an app. It's not a code. It's just a plain text file. When you write an SOP in Google Drive or a Word doc, that's a skill right there. So a skill is a plain text file with two parts. One is a description, which tells Claude when to use the skill. That's super important. When should I basically invoke a skill? And then once you invoke the skill, what are the instructions? Which is the job description itself? What to ask you first? What steps to follow? What the output should look like, and the rules it must never break. And those skills live in a folder in your computer, and Claude checks that folder at the start of your conversation. When you basically say, I want to do this, it's going to go look at all your skills and it's going to pull the ones that are reflective and it's going to pull the ones that are related to what you're trying to do. So it knows already once you tell it when to use the skill, if it should use it or not. So you don't need to remember where the folder is, what the skill name is. Every skill in the classroom comes with a file you can literally drag into Claude and say, install this as a skill. Claude will do it. So what should be a skill? Every process you run more than once a month or once a week or every day for that matter is a skill waiting to be written. Your month-end close, your weekly content creation, your blogs, your social media posts, whatever content you're creating, weekly, daily, whatever it happens to be, that's a skill. Another skill is client onboarding. Another skill is replying to client emails, et cetera, et cetera. So you see here that your way of doing things can be applied to so many processes, and that's what a skill is. For every process, how to do it your way. So let me show you what a file looks like for a skill, for example. And this is one of the files that's in the skills library. So this is a 10 board of advisors skill. Its MD is just Markdown, which is basically a text file that is formatted for Claude. You'll see a lot of times when you work with Claude, these MD files are going to pop up all the time. So a standing advisory board that debates your big decisions and tell you what your friends will not. What the skill does, the skill file convenes a virtual advisory board, CFO, CMO, operations lead, ideal customer, devil's advocate, when to use it, run a board meeting about the user's decision. The value is genuine disagreement between distinct perspectives. A board that agrees on everything is worthless. And then what to do? Ask me first. First session, ask the user to describe their business and their ideal customer in 3 sentences so the board has context. Of course, we always give context first. As context is created, there'll be memory files created from there. And you can also, as you start using it, modify the skill, which I'll show you in 2 videos. And ask me first, state the decision as a question with options, the 3 facts the board needs, the meeting, each advisor speaks in turn, 1 round of genuine crossfire, the 2 advisors who disagree the most sharply go 1 more round each. The verdict. So you can change this however you want. You can add your own guardrails here, your own decision-making tools that you want to use. This is what I mean. A skill file is something you can customize forever. It's not something that's going to be like one and done, especially when it's a skill file you create. And then we can use that in our operating brain, which is going to be full of skills. Now we know what a skill is. Now we're going to create a skill. This is lesson 2.